this is too much. I'm going to leave eBay platform now. I'm going to leave. This is not fair. We need an instant access to our money and all those sort of stuffs. Like there are tons and tons of comments that I get underneath each and every videos. And a lot of people say, no, I'm just going to go sell somewhere else. I'm just going to go and sell on a Facebook marketplace. I'm going to go sell on Amazon. I'm not going to be I'm not going to be selling on eBay anymore. It's way too much. It's unfair. We don't have access to our funds, and all those things are going on, seriously. But I wanted to really share my opinion about it today. Before I go into Q&A, of course, I will answer all the questions you guys have inside the chat. Just put them inside the chat, and I'm here for an hour or so, and I will go through all of them. So first of all, tell me what other platform is out there where you can sell and get instant access to your funds. Like, do you know any platform which is out there where you can sell and you will have an instant access to your funds? PayPal, when the eBay used to accept the payment with the PayPal was the privilege where you could get the money straight away inside the PayPal and withdraw the money inside your bank account. I consider this personally a privilege. That wasn't something that it's not a normal industry standard. That's not the way the things work. I had a mobile phone shop as well. We used to accept the card payment on the mobile phone shop, and even on those shop, the payment processing time is normally 3 to 5 days. So if you come to my shop today and pay me by card, I'm not going to have access to my funds straight away. After 2 to 3 working days, the money will come to my bank as well. You leave eBay, you go to Amazon. Amazon can take some time, 15 days to process the payment inside your account. What other platform is out there? Okay, let's talk Etsy. Depop is out there. They accept the payment with the PayPal as well. But you can't do the comparison between the Depop or eBay. When the sellers would know it's the end of eBay doesn't care. No, it's not going to be the end of eBay. They are $36 billion a bigger company, and it's a harsh truth at the end of the day. But the thing is, if you need that much instant access to your funds, I truly do not. I don't think so that you can. I truly doubt your business model then. So tons of comments who comes about the eBay managed payment. Yes, I'm a person, I would like to have access to my funds instantly, like as soon the buyer will pay me. And a lot of people, there are the comments like, oh, I have to ship the item before I even get the money. So think other way. Buyer actually have paid you, not you, but even the money have gone from the buyer account, and the buyer doesn't have an item yet. So at least on your side, the money is come with the eBay managed payment. And at the moment, if you schedule it, if your account is old enough, all the payments that you're going to receive, all the orders that are going to be on Monday, the payment will be inside your account on Wednesday. So I'm not here sitting, I'm not advocate for eBay. I'm not advocate for eBay managed payment. I mean, they don't really pay me something to say this. But still, considering the industry standard, it is still the fastest way you can actually get your money. Yes, I will like to go back to the PayPal, no doubt. I'm not saying I prefer to be on the eBay managed payment. It's not my preference. But this is, if the choice is given to me at this time and I have to stick with eBay managed payment, and if I need that much instant access to my fund, truly I'm just going to be considering what's wrong with my business model. Like, once we buy something from China, I spend tons and tons of money without even knowing if this stuff will sell at the end of the day. I mean, it's all the risk at the same time. There was a Facebook group on the other day, and I was looking inside that Facebook group, and inside the Facebook group, somebody posted that if you are not willing to take a risk, then reselling online is not for you. It's always a risky business. So if you need instant access to your funds, like straight away before you even ship the item, it would be ideal. I'm not saying it wouldn't be, but that's not end of the world if you don't have instant access to your funds as well. Okay, so I do understand why people need instant access to your funds. It's all about the people who are drop shipping. So the people who are drop shipping, they prefer to be on the PayPal. They get the money, they keep their, like, if the item they are drop shipping from China for let's say $9.99, $9.99, and then they listed it for $19.99. Straight away when the $19.99 come, they will order for $9.99. So those are not serious businessmen anyway. You know my position on a drop shipping at the end of the day. I mean, those are the kids. So if you're a mature businessman, come on, get on with it. I mean, I don't think it's the way you should be complaining about the eBay managed payment. I mean, we should be over this, move on. This is the way it should be at the end of the day. Once we sell online, yes, there are the customer, they treat you unfairly, they treat you about item not received case, they open a bogus claim, they do all those sort of false return. But that's the way the online businesses work. I mentioned this many times when I had a physical shop, let alone the online business. Once upon a time, there was a customer who came in the shop and broke £1,200 worth of counter, just because her charging cable wasn't working. And all the time the fights used to happen there as well. So if you're running a business, if you are alive, there are the sort of risk you're gonna take at the end of the day anyway. So this is the part I will say. The Paul is saying, having instant access to my funds have me allowed to sell the item before actually having them to send. I would take an order, go to the shop, buy a product, make £200 in 30 days. But the thing is, once you're running online, you're not relying on an order to come and then the investment to come. Nobody start a business, nobody set up a hotel, a restaurant, and then they say somebody gonna come, then I'm gonna go buy the onions, I'm gonna go buy all the dishes and all the ingredients that I need, and then I'm gonna cook, and then I'm gonna sell my curry or kebab or whatever they're selling on a takeaway. They make a food in the hope that customer will come before the food will go expire. Yes, I do understand that. But at the end of the day, if you don't have a money to go and buy ingredients and keep those ingredients in stock, so at the end of the day you can cook something in your restaurant, so the customer will come and by that time the meal will be ready, by all means, the restaurant is not for you. I'm sorry, but that's the way it is. I'm not trying to say, I understand not everybody have an online investment to do to start a business, and I truly get that. But the thing is, if you can't make that, you need an instant access just because you can go ahead, buy that item, and then you can ship it, just because even if it's £200, Paul, I'm sorry, it's not for you. That's the point I'm trying to make, that it's not bad not having instant access to the fund, and it was a privilege back in the days when we was on the PayPal. Having instant access to the fund. Yes, I would like to have access to the funds as well. And those people will go and they say, I'm gonna leave a eBay. As long as your item keep on selling, nobody is going to leave. Trust me. So if you read all those negativity over the social media or YouTube and here and there about the eBay managed payment, no, it's over, I'm just going to be leaving. Nobody going to leave. They just say that. At the end of the day, everybody going to go to eBay managed payment. If that was the case, how long the eBay or Amazon, all the platform out there, they are consumer-centric. They don't care about their sellers. They do not care. They know if the customer is going to be on the platform, if the customer will come and buy from those platforms, then the seller will sit there, seller will sell. By all means, the seller will sell, because they know that when they list something on the platform, on the eBay, on the Amazon, the item sells, and that's what the customer will want. There are many of you inside the chat right here at the moment. You guys are familiar with, I seen so many channels talking about eBay gum. How many of you are familiar with it? A lot of things came, eBay gum. I will put inside the chat right here. Just let me know. I mean, many promotion was there, and you know, is a new platform is still going as well, and that's absolutely fine. the problem with it, if you go to eBay Gum, or if you go to, for example, leave eBay Gum, you go to Facebook Marketplace, or you go to Gumtree, or you go to any platform which been there for a long time. When you list the item, there are no customers. The customers are not there looking for the platform. Go and look at the number of downloads of the application that the eBay already have inside. I mean, how many people actually have downloaded eBay application? How many people have actually downloaded the Amazon application? That's the thing. And it's not the way it's meant to be. Trust me, it's not. And I'm the person that always speak openly against it. And I always, another day I was talking about the Apple. Recently they had their A tags. The one you can attach with, for example, I have my wallet here, and I can put my A tag inside the wallet, and that A tag will link with my iPhone. So if I lose my wallet, I can track it by using Find My iPhone application. So it will tell me where my wallet is. These kind of trackers already exist inside the market. But here, where the companies have unfair advantages, and I always speak openly about it, always. There is a company called Tiles, and many of you might be familiar with that issue going on nowadays. They went ahead and they testified in front of the Congress as well, and they said that the Apple have unfair advantages. So, for example, the Tiles, what the Tile used to be, you buy a tile tracker, you just do with inside the application, you download that, and the way the Tile works is, for example, if I have a Tiles and you have a Tiles, you comes to my house and you forgot your wallet here, then my Tile application is also helping your tracker to find your location as well. So it was a kind of system where the devices are communicating with each other. But you have to have a Tiles application, and you have to have a Tile tracker to join that network. So the more people will join the Tiles network, the bigger that platform and the improvement and in the tracking is going to be. Apple came in. There are tons of iPhones already inside the market. They hold the biggest share inside the market. They drop their the tracker called A tags, and now all the iPhones are talking to each other. So if I buy a tag, even you don't have a tag, if my wallet is last near your phone, and Apple is if your location services are on, I can actually see this is where I left my wallet, because of the network of iPhone and how strong it is. And now Tile went in front of the Congress, and the Tile said this is where they have an unfair advantage. Like, there are many people who already have iPhone like this. No new company will be able to come inside the market. And it's true. Seriously, it's true. I mean, Apple doing like this, obviously no new startup. Tile was a not very new startup, was a small company, about 150 employees. So now Amazon went ahead and they partner with the Tiles for their survivor. Amazon said you can use our network where we have our Alexa devices in many houses, and you will be able to expand your network like that as well. So talking about the leverage here, talking about the unfair advantage that eBay and Amazon have, because those companies are inside the market for 22 years. They already have a consumers who are used to it. How many times you go to eBay, how many time you go to Amazon, just because you don't have to put your details like a credit card details and personal details and your address and email address again. How many times you go there just because you buy that you don't have to go through this hassle and inconvenience again, just to put your address, just to put your payment details, just to put all that kind of stuff inside the eBay or Amazon. Within one click you can buy the item, and you might not realize it's a very big thing for them, very big thing for eBay and Amazon, which they already have achieved just because of having the application and the details of the credit and debit card and the shipping details already saved inside the system. It's the biggest benefit for the consumer. And if you have to take a consumer, break that habit and take to another application, it's a very hard thing to do. So if the seller will tell you, I'm going to leave it, the consumer doesn't mind. And the only reason I always talk about that, those platforms are very consumer-centric. So the way they are consumer-centric, the reason they done this from the transition from the PayPal to eBay managed payment, one of the biggest reason is that because of the majority of people, they are using now the Android Pay and the Apple Pay and the Google Pay as well. The PayPal is a direct competitor with all those payment systems. So if you are receiving a payment through PayPal, you can't receive a payment with Apple Pay, you can't receive a payment with the Google Pay, where many of the consumers know they are choosing to pay with Apple Pay and the Google Pay as well, because not every time I go outside I have to carry my wallet just because I need to carry my credit or debit card. I'm just going to put them inside my mobile and I'm just going to use Apple Pay and Google Pay. And that's the same thing as well with the online shopping. You can the page can come where you can pay with the Apple Pay and Google Pay already. It's a convenience for the buyer. So they are making this transition just because they can accept the payment from Apple Pay and Google Pay, and they made it just because they are consumer centric. It will bring more consumer to their platform already. It will bring more consumers. So if more customers are coming, regardless whatever the sellers will talk about these negativity, I'm going to leave eBay, this managed payment is like this is like this, I like the PayPal, this, yes, I love PayPal as well. But trust me, don't put this in front of you. Don't let this hold you back by all means. Nobody is going to leave. Everybody talk like that. Nobody is going to leave. As long as their products are listed there, people will go and buy those products. Because those applications, they have this unfair advantage. It's not fair, I again said. They have this unfair advantage that they've been in a market on the time when there was no competition. And now they dominate, just like Apple and Samsung. Do you know Apple is even asking a government so they can have their voting system in America just through the Apple? Because if the people can vote using their mobile phone, the Tim Cook recently, he made this proposal to American government that we if you want, we can do this. So imagine the power of those bigger joints at the moment. So these are the things. And other things I want to bring, and I always been vocal to it, this is like unfair advantage. I sell mobile phone and accessories. If tomorrow, if I bring up some kind of accessories inside the market, and tomorrow if the Apple decide to make the accessory by themselves, I will be out of business. And this is unfair advantage that the Apple have, or all the bigger companies that have. Tomorrow, if somebody want to start their own search engine, Google already dominate the market. So these are the things we have to face. So there is a big movement going on called right to repair at the moment. Many of you inside the chat might know the a YouTuber called Louis Roseman. And I sell mobile phone and accessories as well. And I know how big this problem is. I completely get that. So, for example, you buy an iPhone, you bought an iPhone, and LCD is broken. And you go to your local shop and you can get the LCD replaced. But those LCDs are not going to be original. You can't walk into the Apple store and buy an original LCD and then ask somebody to put the LCD for you. Apple want you to come back to their Apple store, pay 3 to 4 times the price that the normal independent shop will charge you, and then they will replace your LCD. I know how to replace LCD. I had a mobile phone shop. I used to do repairing on my shop as well. But the biggest problem is we have no access. I never had access to Apple original parts, never had access to the Apple original batteries. And it's not just about Apple. The Samsung is like that. I'm just not going to talk about one particular brand. I'm not bashing on one brand here. So I had no access to it. So if the customer asked me, is it original? I couldn't say it's original because it's not original at the end of the day. But I say, okay, well, if you want it original, you need to go to Apple Store and that one is going to be original. But this is the money you have to pay. And the consumer at the end of the day, if I want my if I bought my mobile phone, or if I bought my laptop, I want to be able to do whatever I want to do with my mobile. I want this choice. If I want to replace battery, it's good for environment whether I throw this mobile phone in a junk or I throw this LCD because the LCD is broken. I want to have access to my parts. And it's just not Apple. Same company goes on with the Tesla as well. If you buy Tesla, you can't make any modification inside your car. Otherwise, they restrict you to supercharge your car. You can't supercharge it if you do any kind of modification. And most of the people buy Tesla nowadays because of how quickly it can charge. And it's a tons of monopoly inside the market as well. What the Apple is doing at the moment, they're making so many things exclusive to themselves.